You're listening to The Luxury Item, the podcast on the business of luxury and the people and companies that are shaping the future of the luxury industry. Here's your host, Scott Kerr.
Cassina is a renowned Italian company specializing in high-end designer furniture. Founded in 1927 by brothers Cesare and Umberto Cassina in Meda, Italy, the brand became a pioneer of industrial design in the 1950s, driving Italy's transition from artisanal furniture making to mass production. Cassina is celebrated for its fusion of advanced technology and skilled craftsmanship, always focusing on research, experimentation, and innovation. It's also the first company to involve some of the most renowned designers and architects in its narration, inviting in new shapes, references, and influences from contemporary design, from Le Corbusier and Charlotte Perriand to Philippe Starck and Gio Ponti, to name a few. Just ask anyone in the field, Cassina is probably the first name that comes to mind when discussing Italian industrial design. My guest on The Luxury Item is Luca Fuso, CEO of Cassina. Luca has extensive leadership and brand building experience across multiple industries, including fashion, eyewear, food and beverage, luxury automotive, and high-end furniture design sectors. Prior to joining Cassina, Luca was Chief Brand Officer at Ferrari, where he played a crucial role in brand strategy and management. He has also held senior roles at Diesel, B&B Italia, Moncler, and others. Welcome to The Luxury Item, Luca.
Hello. Yes, thank you.
The Cassina story begins back in 1927 when 18-year-old entrepreneur Cesare Cassina and his brother Umberto, the sons and grandsons of carpenters from Meda, which is a city close to Milan and famous for its design manufacturing, founded Cassina. It started out as a small family workshop processing wood for tables for the local market. Then upholstery was introduced to the business, and fast forward nearly 100 years later, Cassina Company has become one of the most well-known symbols of high-end design. So what do you attribute to the longevity and success of Cassina?
Well, first of all, I think this is due to the fact that Cesare and Umberto, to start with, had a clear vision about what they wanted to do. Mm-hmm. Maybe not so much in the beginning, but over time it was clear that they wanted to enter the starting design industry about in the 1950. They wanted to experiment. They were welcoming innovation. They had among the first the intuition to collaborate with designers and not do things internally only. Mm-hmm. Then they had a flair for working well, making good products, looking for improving their operational excellence. They were willing to adopt avant-garde ideas. They always took care of the quality of the workmanship. They were ready to invest into machineries. And they embraced very early in design, and with that, also the culture of design. So in a way, they were able to understand and interpret also, with a good level, I think, of forward thinking, what were the needs of and the potential needs of customers at the time, and then have a very good vision into the future as well.
And Cassina was among the first Italian furniture brands to shift from hand craftsmanship to embrace industrial production methods in the 1950s, bringing new materials and advanced production technologies into the design world. So how did that transition change the game for Cassina?
Well, basically what happened is that, as far as the demand was growing, then of course you could not respond with things made 100% by people. There was need for a more advanced level of production. So industrial production was a mean to make sure that more people could benefit from the great products that Cassina was creating, and this also allowed an international expansion to the company and therefore to the brand. Industrial manufacturing means that you can really expand, your capacity, and at the same time adopt new ways of making things that can improve quality, maybe in certain cases reduce the price, and maintain standards. Then Cassina's never been relying only on industrial production, because every single product that is manufactured in our facilities is in any case finished by people. We know each and every who's doing specifically every single product. We have a name that stands, and the person that stands behind it. And not one product has ever left the Cassina factories without being finished, finalized by real people. And they are, those who are ultimately responsible for the quality of each and every product.
And up to that point, Cassina had a stellar reputation for its strong commitment to traditional craftsmanship. So was Cesare worried that moving to serial production would tarnish its brand image?
No, as I said, Cesare was a really innovative person. He had a personality that was geared towards the future, and not looking at the past. The past being used as a base, as a strong base on which to create the future. It was very innovative, and moving to serial production did not absolutely mean to abandon craftsmanship, but combining it to increase the production capacity, and being able to develop modern designs, and achieve a consistent level of quality, and certainly a wider reach. Expanding the presence of the brand in several markets already at a very early stage.
Cassina has a long history of working with iconic architects and designers such as Le Corbusier, Gio Ponti, Franco Albini, Charlotte Perriand, and others, and some more recent creative minds. These collaborations have resulted in the creation and exclusive production of many modern design classics. How have those collaborations been crucial to your brand identity?
Well, I think all these collaborations over the last 100 years, basically, or certainly over the last 70 years, contributed to creating an incredible portfolio of products designed by different designers, so different minds, having in mind different ideas in different period of the design, and therefore creating a great collection that spans over 12 decades, and also creating a culture of design in the company, and also outside of the company. For instance, this year, 2025, we are celebrating the 60th anniversary of the production of the Corbusier Perriand collection of Cassina. So we started in 1965 producing this collection that is still one of our most important collections. And now we are celebrating this anniversary that is very important, because actually we start collaborations with the designers that then last for a very long time. We've collaborated with Philippe Starck for over 30 years.
Right.
Charlotte Perriand, we started working with the archives for 20 years, and last year we celebrated this anniversary. Same with Starck, 30 year in 2024. So we established long-term relationship, but at the same time, we try to find new talent all the time, because collection is a combination of classic designs from the past. In many cases, also designs that never saw the light before now. But we have a number of new designers that we welcome basically every year in our collection, and we introduce. We also have a project of which we're very proud of, that is called Patronage, that is aimed at, say, kind of discovering new talent and bringing them to the stage of design from the main door, using a brand like Cassina that is well known and recognized. And so in this way, we help designers, young designers, to enter the design world from really from the main entrance. But if you consider what happened in the past, it was exactly the same. So we just keep doing
keeping it fresh.
Cesare and Umberto did in the past. I mean, they had Gaetano Pesce, they had Mario Bellini, they had Tobias Scarpa when they were extremely young, and they were very young designers, working in the factory, establishing the Cassina Research and Development Center that has always been at the heart of the company. This is where new ideas take shape, become products. So we want to make this want to make this go on and happen again and again. This is our goal.
And Cassina has also collaborated with several luxury fashion houses, notably Chiton and Bottega Veneta, as well as Italian luxury car manufacturer Lancia. Are you finding more luxury and lifestyle brands approaching you to help influence their clients?
Well, I think, the question is that, it is very likely that the Cassina customer is also a customer of other luxury accessories or cars, and therefore I think it's just normal that we have collaboration from time to time with fashion houses or even car manufacturers. For us, the key thing in this case is that we share the same values regarding quality, craftsmanship, regarding the will to experiment, to do something new, and so the public is the same. I mean, it's very likely that people buying a Bottega Veneta handbag will also buy a Cassina sofa. So it is really a question of finding the right combination and sharing the same values and having the same will to do something that is interesting for the customers.
Today, Cassina furniture is still made in Meta with, I'm sure, each piece created to last a lifetime. How do you carry out production on an industrial scale using modern machinery while still involving the manual skills of the craftsman?
Well, it's quite easy because actually, as I said, we use machinery to make production easier in a way, to guarantee precision, to guarantee less waste, to increase speed. For instance, we installed every possible item to increase efficiency. We have an automated fabric warehouse. We have CNC machines. We have laser cutting machines at the highest standards. And every single process that can be performed through a machine, we try to make it at its best. At the same time, this is just something that prepares for the final human touch, because, for instance, you cut fabric with a laser machine, and it is super precise. But then, the sewing is made by people. We have a team of sewers that are doing it by hand. Of course, using sewing machines, but then what makes the quality is the quality of the sewing, the precision of the sewing that is made by people, and then how the covers are placed on the sofas, because this makes the difference between something that is well done and something that is not. So the manual operations are still essential to achieving the final quality of each and every product.
You joined as CEO of Cassina in late 2018 after previously holding leadership and brand building positions in the fashion, eyewear, food and beverage, luxury automotive, and high-end furniture design sectors. And from what I understand, you were already a Cassina customer. So when you first joined Cassina, what surprised you most about the brand?
Oh, certainly, it's true that I was a Cassina customer and that I had already many pieces in my home. But certainly, when you really face the total extent of the collection, I was certainly surprised by the fact that this company, this brand, covers 120 years of design with over 40 different authors. And it has a unique combination of style. Actually, we say that we can really furnish every house style, every home, of different style with Cassina, because actually we have the chance to use all the different designers, and this makes possible to create very different ambiances, very different atmospheres.
So now that you were on the other side of the table, if you will, leading the company, where do you see the opportunity for growth?
Well, opportunity for growth is everywhere, basically. We always, you can always do things better. So there is always a chance that you can improve and then grow from where you are. Certainly, we've been evolving the collection, moving from say living and dining in the living and dining areas. We've extended it to accessories, creating art de la table items, completing the collection with carpets, introducing a lighting collection, going outdoor with an outdoor collection, so expanding our territory. And the latest addition to the collection, for instance, has been a proposal on walk-in wardrobes, just to go deeper into what we call the sleeping area, so to speak. So basically, you can expansion can happen on a geographical basis and on a product basis, and we're trying to tackle both of them.
Well, also now that you were on the client side, if you will, it's a good time to talk about being immersed in the concept of the Cassina Perspective, which is the guiding creative vision developed by Cassina to define its approach to creating contemporary living environments. Could you elaborate on what the Cassina Perspective is?
The Cassina Perspective is the way we look at design, basically. As I joined Cassina, I immediately saw this. We had an incredible treasure, incredible patrimony of design spanning over a long period of time. So it was just a question of putting them together and creating, using those designs thought in different periods of design by different authors to create warm, welcoming atmospheres that would make you feel at home. I usually say that, when you buy, say, an ambience, say an atmosphere from Cassina, you buy a piece of your home. You don't buy a piece of a showroom. Because actually, we have a very curated approach to preparing our rooms, to preparing our proposals, and therefore we take care in combining different products coming from different authors, from different periods, so that it doesn't look like a showroom, but it looks like a home. And the reason why we have added accessories, we have added every other part of what makes an atmosphere is because of this, because we want to make sure that you have something that make you feel comfortable, that is functional, it is beautiful, and it's yours. And actually, the Cassina Perspective basically says that only with Cassina you can have the history of design in one single place. And this is thanks to the great span of the Cassina production and the Cassina designs over 120 years.
And during the Milan Design Week 2019, Cassina showcase these core values and spirit of the brand through an installation curated by the company's art director, Patricia Urquiola. How did it bring the Cassina Perspective to life at Milan Design Week that year?
Again, the idea was coming from the company. Then Patricia, she's a super smart person, and we know each other for a long time before working together at Cassina. So it was an immediate combination of sharing a way to present the brand in a different way. She embraced it, and actually we started from that year to step to step improve the presentation, and then we continued introducing new products, and venturing into new areas for the collection, so that we could implement this concept every time better, possibly.
I was reading an article recently about a study that examines the sales of the world's top 10 upscale furnishing, decor, and lighting firms. It revealed that the top global companies, including Hayworth, which owns Cassina, generate 12% of their sales from online business and 21% from contract sales, compared to 5% and 14% respectively in 2019. The trend of purchasing high-end and luxury furniture online continues to accelerate globally. How has that consumer shift in behavior changed your digital investments and strategies?
We immediately, when this, we were aware that this was happening, so we embraced this as much as we could, shifting investments from print advertising, for instance, into digital, activating all possible relevant social media channels, and creating a new website, and also starting an e-commerce online shop. It is true that certainly things are evolving. At the moment, we mainly sell accessories online, not really big items. It is certainly true that every single purchase starts with a research online, at least the overwhelming majority of them. And so being present digitally, it's really the most important thing that you can do in order to allow people to understand better and to know a little better in advance the products, and also to understand what is the depth of our collection, because what you find in physical products is only a very small part of it. I know that you visited our store in Midtown in New York, and for sure, even though they have a big display, they can just display a very small portion of what is our collection.
And we're seeing tailor-made upscale furniture projects for luxury residences, retail, and hotels. They're booming these days. Could you talk about the contract side of your business and what kind of growth you are seeing there?
Well, basically, Cassina started its custom interior division in the 50s of the last century. Because actually, this was one of the reason why then Cassina moved to industrial production, because actually they were furnishing cruise ships, cruise liners that were going from Europe to the US, and in that period. The ships were designed by Gio Ponti, that was at the time, very much involved with Cassina, and therefore this prompted not only say industrial production, but also the fact that we would start making a special project for special needs. Mm-hmm. And this is going on since then, and we currently do a lot of retail shops for the most important luxury brands, as well as we do a lot of hospitality projects for very high-end hotel chains, or restaurants, or single customers that want to have a specific design made by us. We have project. Some of the latest projects, then many I cannot say, because our customers are very tight on letting know who's done their project, but we have been working with the La Mamounia Hotel in Marrakesh. They're one of the most iconic hotels in the world. We are working with the Badrut Palace in St. Moritz, and then we did so many other projects in worldwide. When it comes to a very high-end and special project, we're always in the picture.
After the exceptional 2-year post-COVID period in which the high-end design market underwent truly exceptional growth, the sector has kind of finally normalized, if you will. How has Cassina's business been in the first half of this year?
Well, we had an incredible growth in the post-COVID years. Given that the market situation now is certainly not as good as it was then, now we are looking at maintaining that level that we achieved over those outstanding years. Certainly, there are many situations that are preventing now a stronger growth. We're ready to take all the possible opportunities, but say now the current situation worldwide is not really ideal for double-digit growth, for instance.
And there's no question that your private clients are predominantly affluent, highly discerning, and value uniqueness and authentic design. They're willing to invest in premium pieces for their homes. What is it about the Cassina brand story that appeals to them?
Well, certainly people might be attracted by Cassina because we have some great classic designs, and therefore, many people know those designs. And even though there are many copies, discerning people find the original products, so they come to us. But also, I believe is the combination between these great classics that we always update, because we don't only do always the same products, but we consistently update them with new proposals. And also we bring to life designs that were conceived many years ago, but they never saw the market. So we are bringing some products that were designed, for instance, the first that comes to my mind is the radio in cristallo, crystal radio by Franco Albini, that designed it in 1938 and obtained a radio from a radio that was given to him for his wedding by placing what was inside just a traditional radio between two glass panels without having the technology for doing it. Because having a loudspeaker works if it's working in a closed environment, but without that, it's very difficult. So with modern technology, we were able to obtain extremely high level of sound fidelity that were not possible in 1938, and therefore we decided to bring this great concept to life in 2021. And this happens, consistently, because as much as we are able to discover designs that were not possible because of the technology, because of other issues in the past, we try to bring them to life. But actually, I think what really attracts people to Cassina is the combination between great classic designs and the level of innovation that we bring to the market every year.
And the brand is also shaped by its active engagement with design culture through participation in significant exhibitions and partnerships, publications, and other initiatives. What goes into Cassina actively shaping the discourse around design, modernity, and cultural values, and not just responding to it?
Well, as I think we already talked about, this is culture. The culture of design is part of our DNA. So as we also take a very active part in developing this culture. And we want to be, very proactive in doing that. So that's why we, organize as much as we can cultural activities that are not finalized to any commercial result. And I think we have the luxury of being able to do that from time to time. We like to put together ideas, challenge them, and find sometimes also disruptive ways of presenting them in order to create some new thinking, provocate a kind of reaction to these ideas. 2 years ago, we organized for the celebration of the 50th anniversary of the I Maestri collection, that is a collection of our classic designs. We have created an exhibition in a vault of a bank, using a totally red light, just creating an atmosphere that was certainly not, what people would have expected. And then certainly we also work a lot with public institutions, with the foundations. We were, very important part of the exhibition that took place in 2020 at the Louis Vuitton Foundation about Charlotte Perriand. We are working on several exhibitions every year, collaborating with many institutions. So this is just part of our DNA. I mean, we just do it because we believe it's important that we participate in expanding the knowledge about design and about the history of design and about the culture of design worldwide.
These cultural shifts and changes in society also impact our living spaces and how we define what home means. And COVID-19 pandemic has produced profound and sustainably unexpected implications for how we think about, value, and experience our living space. So does Cassina monitor changes in social behaviors to see how it influences the habitat of today and the future? And if so, do they play out in your collections?
Well, first of all, we have the lack of collaborating with very innovative designers, and their eyes and the ears are open to everything that is new. Our creative director, Patricia Chiola, is one of the most active person in this field. She has relationship with from philosophers to poets to sculptors to painters to writers to any kind of covering all aspects of culture. And therefore, I mean, we collect all of this and then try to adopt it in our products, and this happens on a daily basis. And then, of course, I mean, take for instance, one of the most important effects of COVID was the development of outdoor furniture. Mm-hmm. Actually, then everyone wanted to have more, to live more outside, and therefore outdoor, took a leap in development. And certainly, we were likely ready because we had just launched the very same year of COVID, our outdoor collection. So, I mean, we really try to consider the evolution of social behaviors and of how people live their places every day.
Cassina often teams up with research institutions and innovators to integrate sustainability into its product development, such as with the Cassina Lab, which was born from the collaboration with Polydesign at the Milan Polytechnic. Could you talk about Cassina's commitment to sustainability and research?
Well, yes, we decided that we wanted to do something about this super important item. We realized that we were not able to perform, base research ourselves. So that's why we created this collaboration with the Milan Polytechnic in the design faculty, because actually they set up a team of 15 professionals specializing in different branches, from architecture to chemistry, to biology, to new materials development and so on and so forth, in order to find the possible ways to adopt circular materials in our products, to develop innovative ways of using them, and to replace traditional materials. We set, our main goal was to make sure that there would be no compromise on the level of quality, durability, and comfort. And certainly durability is the key sustainability item in our industry, because our products are forever, not for today or tomorrow. This makes them already sustainable. But our commitment was to certainly adopt all the newest possible material. And not only that, but we also decided to not only replace traditional materials with new materials whenever it was possible, but also to design for disassembly, so that every new products that we design starting from 2020 is not only designed to be beautiful, to be resistant, to be durable, but also to be disassembled at the end of the product life cycle. And in order to make sure that we have great clarity on this, we also adopted an index that has been devised together with an institution that is specializing in this. An index that is calculating the circularity of each product, so that we know exactly how much of the product can be upcycled at the end of the product life cycle, how much has to be discarded, and how things can be separated for either upcycling or being discarded. So of course this is a long-term commitment. We are now also implementing this for products that were pre-existing to this initiative, but it's something that we believe is something that needs to be done on an ongoing basis to make sure that our products are more and more sustainable. I think Cassina, has a tradition of doing that. Being innovative, because as I mentioned before, we started our research and development center in the 60s of the last century. And in this research and development center, we've always been looking for new ideas. So now that we created this Cassina lab, but we've always been committed to improving ways of doing products, to using the most advanced materials, and so on and so forth. So it is just, I think, our duty to keep doing this for the future, and also influencing the rest of the industry, and making our final customers aware of what we're doing, so that they can decide what they buy, also based not only on the aesthetics and durability, but also on the level of adoption of circular materials and the circularity of products.
I want to talk about the T word, tariffs. So the United States is the Italian furniture industry's second biggest market after France, I believe. I'm assuming it's more than half of Cassina's sales. Starting last month, European furniture and other goods were hit with a 15% import tariff, not as high as the 30% that they were talking about at one point, but still a bump. The intent is to address trade imbalances and encourage more domestic manufacturing, but it has had a direct effect on raising costs for European furniture brands and U.S. consumers alike. How has it impacted your business?
Well, first of all, it's a very creative way of, facing commercial imbalance between Europe and the United States. So let's call it this way. It has certainly had a big influence on our activities with the U.S. We're not yet able to draw any conclusion, but there is a lot of uncertainty. So basically, most people put on all their orders. So did our distributors in the United States, our dealers. They want to know better. They want to say, wait to have clarity if the tariffs are lifted, or if they will then place orders more easily. And if tariffs will increase, they will not. So it is really a very specific moment and a very difficult moment for I think the whole industry dealing with the United States.
I'm sure you're already gearing up for Cassina's big 100th anniversary. Can you share some of the things that you're thinking about, things that are in the works, things that you could talk about?
Well, of course, we started already a couple of years ago thinking about the celebration of our first century, but at the moment I cannot reveal anything because things are still in development, and we consider this really a huge milestone for the brand, and we're consistently working on putting things together to create something very special, but still it's very early to say something definite. So I'm sorry, but I cannot.
That's okay, understood, but I had to ask anyway. Luca, my final question is the luxury item question, which I ask all my guests. So if you were stranded on a deserted island and you could only have one single luxury item with you, what would that luxury item be? It can't be any form of air or water transportation to get you off that island, or anything that requires mobile service so you can call somebody to get you off that island. It's just you on this lonely island by yourself. What would the one single luxury item you would like to have with you?
But that's an easy one, I guess, because actually,
Oftentimes it's really hard for people.
Right, but you in a deserted island, you miss going to parties, going to the movies, even TV or any other form of entertainment. So I guess the most important thing is to have a good good seating. And to at least look at the horizon and observe and admire the sunset and maybe also the sunrise. So I guess that what I would like to have is a chaise longue by Le Corbusier, Jean and Perriand. That is not only one super iconic piece in our collection, but it's also a super comfortable piece to perform observation activities, I would say, and meditation and spending relaxing time.
Luca Fuso, CEO of Cassina, thank you so much for joining me on The Luxury Item.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much.
That's it for this episode of the Luxury Item Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. If you found this useful and entertaining, I would be really grateful if you can share it with a friend or colleague. I would love it if you subscribe so you never miss an episode. And while you're there, be sure to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. It really helps other listeners find us. The Luxury Item Podcast is a production of Silvertone Consulting. I'm your host, Scott Kerr. Until next time.